I'm not saying you can't make any money. I'm just saying that the word significant to me really stands out as something that feels like something of a false promise. Hello, Barbies, Kens, Theys, and Thems. Welcome to Nicole Reacts, a show in which I, Nicole, react to online marketing gurus that I find, that other people help me find, and who find me on the internet. My qualifications for marketing snark and commentary that I've owned a marketing company for 16 years. And in that time, I've worked with hundreds of clients on marketing strategy and implementation. So I know a fair bit when it comes to online marketing and also related topics like website development and search engine optimization. So I like to talk about these people. I think it's important because a lot of people try to sell you the dream that if you buy their $5,000 program or if you join their online community, that you're going to make a gazillion dollars and that you're not going to have to learn that much. And they have this formula that works for everybody. And I just really wish that was true, but I don't want you to waste your money and time. So I'm here to make videos about the fact that it isn't. And when I talk about these people, I also talk about when there's a grain of truth in what they're talking about, because a lot of the reasons why they're successful is that some of the stuff they say is actually true. So if you independently verify and you're like, oh, these three things they said are true, everything they say must be true, you see where the problem goes there. So I think these videos are really important and it's been really fun for me to make them. Now, you probably noticed if you've been following this channel for a while that I kind of stepped back a little bit. And the reason is that I spend a lot of my spare time making these videos. Content creation is not my full-time job. Running the marketing company and my 2 co-working spaces is my full-time job. But what I noticed was I was hitting a point where like making the videos didn't feel like fun anymore or as fun. So I wanted to do some other things in my life that I consider really fun. So one thing I did this year was I bought a ski pass. I haven't done that in 20 years. I found a local hill that was pretty affordable and relatively close to me. I've gone skiing more times this year than I have probably in the last 5 years combined. So that's been really fun for me. The other thing is that I have been working on our new co-working space. We had our grand kind of location reopening a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty well attended and people seem really excited about the space. So that feels really good. And right after that, my boyfriend and I went to Taiwan to visit his family. Anyway, a lot's been going on, but I look forward to coming up with some kind of regular schedule. I'm thinking every 2 weeks for these reaction videos and also doing more kind of informational videos like the one I did about social media for not social media people. People seem to really like those. So I'm going to try to fit those also in my sort of content plan. So if you like guru reaction videos mixed in with some helpful kind of tutorial content, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Or if you just want to see stuff, everything we put on YouTube gets cross-posted to our blog, breakingeveninc.com/blog. Today's person is McCall Sears. And this must be Jessica Fine because I don't remember adding this person to the spreadsheet. But what I want to talk about specifically in relation to this creator is she has a Pinterest kind of affiliate marketing course. I've done some videos on Pinterest in terms of tutorial stuff. I've never done a reaction video about a guru who's created Pinterest content. So I thought this would be kind of new territory for all of us, really. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at her Pinterest and my Pinterest so that I can just talk to you about how Pinterest works in general. And then we're going to watch her video because I think it's important that we have a little bit of a, I guess, understanding of Pinterest as we watch it, because then we can decide if she knows what she's talking about or not. So here's an example Pinterest account, happens to be our Pinterest account. And what you'll see is like typical of most social media, right? We have a profile image, we have a name and a profile description, a couple of sentences we can use to describe the account. So what makes Pinterest kind of unique is that it's all something that's visually navigated. So to save a link to this website, the link has to either be associated with an image or a video. Let's just take a sample one here. I know I made this pin back in 2017. So our design skills have, I think, gotten better as a company since then. But I want to show this one because, first of all, I know how old it is because I remember when I made it. But you'll see that there's a still image. There is a title, which is Day Trip Winter Harbor. And then there's a description. And as you see, you can use hashtags. And what you'll also see is that it's saved to what's called a board. And I'll show you that in a second. But basically, rather than having all of your images and videos in one spot. It basically lets you put them in folders. So this folder is called Bar Harbor in Mount Desert Island. I think that's what it's called. That is the name of where it is saved. Now, when I click on this, it will take me to this particular blog post. So there it goes. It's redirecting to that blog post. And what you see here is that it's giving me estimates for the last 30 days of stats. As you see, this pin got 39 impressions. 3 people clicked on the pin, which means they clicked through the website. 0 people saved it. But I made this back in 2017. So the fact that it's gotten 3 clicks literally like 8 years later is really interesting to me. So let's go back to the main Pinterest area here. Now, additionally, we have the saved area. Each of these little folders, Pinterest calls boards. When I see an image or a video that I want to save, I have to save it to a board. So some of these are visible and don't have a little lock on them, and some of them are private and have a lock on them. It's not really locked for nefarious reasons, but like for a while I was doing roller derby, and so I was saving cool outfits under a Pinterest area called Derby Girl. And the amount of creepy guys that were following that board made me feel some kind of way. So I just made it private. Anyway, so as you see here, I can save stuff about, for example, social media marketing. And some stuff, as you see, is stuff I've done, and some stuff is from other people. So you don't have to just only upload your stuff to Pinterest. You can also save stuff that you think is interesting from other people. Now, the other thing I want to point out in this saved area is you will notice each one has a little timeline next to it. So for example, my nails one, by the way, I'm getting really into like thinking about doing really colorful fingernails. You'll see that this board, it says 1 week. So apparently the last time I saved something to here was 1 week ago. Now, none of these pictures are mine. These are all just images I have found on the internet. So keep that in mind. So they're not necessarily listed in order of when they were last updated. So for example, my executive dysfunction board was updated 17 weeks ago, but I want to go to there was updated 3 days ago, and it is lower on the screen. So I don't know exactly how it decides which boards to show in what order, because it's not in recently updated order. It's not in alphabetical order. So who knows? Maybe that's something I can arrange and I just don't know it right this second. Now, the thing is, I have a Pinterest account that's a business account. So because of that, I have stats associated with my account. I don't have a Pinterest tag on my website, so I can't retarget you with Pinterest advertising if you visit my website. I also don't sell products, but if I sold products, I could become a verified merchant and I could upload, say, my whole product catalog into Pinterest and be able to easily have it be found and shared on this very big platform. Now, what I think is most powerful about Pinterest is its search function. And I want to do an example search with you to show you what I mean. So to talk a little bit about how powerful Pinterest search is and how it's different, I want to compare it to a Google image search. So I just typed in here office rug, and what you see for the most part is very utilitarian rugs, like water hog rugs, which are these thick rugs that typically are in a business right when you first walk in. They absorb water, they absorb dirt so that you don't track it through the whole office. But if we scroll down a little bit, we see that there is rugs in various shades of beige and white. Some look like low pile kind of rugs, so you can roll an office chair over them. And some of them seem more fun, like faux fur. Obviously, office rug is very general. So let me just put in office rug feminine and see if that gives us more specific things. You might ask yourself, well, how is it knowing that this is a feminine rug? And it could be a mixture of using the product descriptions for these rugs, or the fact that I see there's pink in some of them. So maybe it just Google is assuming that things that are pink or floral are more feminine. Now let's do the same search, but on Pinterest, and you'll see what I mean about the results. So here's a search for office rug, and I use keywords everywhere. So it's showing me some data on the top that wouldn't be typically shown. But as you see here, we're seeing a lot more, I think, of a variety in rugs that I think are a lot more attractive. But let me just add the word feminine to it and see what we get. The office rug feminine. And as you see here, we're getting pinks and florals like we were expecting. But I feel like we're also getting more variety. Now, you might notice these giant white spaces and say, like, what's going on? And the reason is because I have an ad blocker. So let me reload this and you'll see that those spaces are now filled in. So as you see here, now all those spaces are filled in because some of these are promotional and some of these are organic. But as you see here, in addition to showing us some examples, we also have kind of some articles mixed in here, like some 25 feminine home offices. We have pink area rugs under $100, how to layer your area rugs like a designer, how to style pink rugs. So we have a lot more information here about office rugs in general, but also a lot more choices, and I think a lot better choices when it comes to a feminine style office rug. That was a lot of background, but I think you now understand how Pinterest generally works, even if you've never used it before, which is helpful. Now let's look at McCall Sears's Pinterest account just real quick and see what kinds of stuff she saves, whether we can tell what affiliate products she might be trying to sell, and how often she updates it and things like that. Okay, so this is McCall Sears. It's the only McCall Sears I could find on Pinterest. So I don't know if this is her stuff. I couldn't find a website for her. Maybe she'll talk about it in the video, but let's take a look at pins she's created. Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So it seems like maybe she's into travel. So she's only created 2 pins and they're both travel related. Okay. And so here is all her Pinterest boards. Obviously, if she has hidden boards, I can't see them because I'm not her. But let's take a look at all her pins and see what she's been saving. So some photo shoot stuff, some sort of looks like couple photography poses, so maybe she's like engaged or something. So some stuff about Oregon, prettiest waterfalls in Oregon, road trips through Oregon. So maybe she's doing a trip through Oregon. So that's what she's been saving. So I don't see like a lot of like, here's a cool wallet from Amazon or something for an affiliate. But let's take a look at her boards and when she's last updated them. It looks like when I look at all her pins, she last pinned something 3 years ago. This video we're going to watch was recorded 8 months ago. So I'm a little bit confused as to how she's using Pinterest if she hasn't been actually using Pinterest in 3 years. I don't know if we're looking at a dormant Pinterest account or if she is just did a bunch of work a few years ago and is continuing to make money off of it. Hopefully this video will answer some of our questions. So today's video is called Pinterest Affiliate Marketing Masterclass, step-by-step tutorial for beginners, no blog needed. Now, I'm always a little suspicious when people tell me that I don't need a website if I'm going to be making money online. That feels like a bit of a disconnect to me, in particular if I'm relying on a platform that I don't have full control over as my primary vehicle. But let's see what she has to say about Pinterest marketing. Maybe I'm missing something.
Welcome to the Money with Mickey YouTube channel. Today's video.
Money with Mickey. Hold on. I'm going to go see if there is a Money with Mickey profile on Pinterest. That might be what she's saving things under. Okay, there isn't. I just looked, and when I looked up Money with Mickey, there was no profile with that name. But what I did find was a lot of pins about saving money going to Disneyland or doing Disney parks on a budget. So there is content related to Money with Mickey, but it's not about her. So hopefully she'll show what account she's using on the screen. But for now, I have no idea what account she's actually using to create this affiliate income.
Is going to be about creating a steady and significant income stream, pairing the power of Pinterest with affiliate marketing.
I'm curious how powerful this income stream is going to be, but okay.
Pinterest is a phenomenal place to start as an affiliate marketer for 3 reasons. It doesn't require any sort of social media following. It doesn't require you to show your face, and it is extremely low cost to get started.
I agree with all this. As you saw, I have about 2,000 people who follow me on Pinterest. I have no idea who any of these people are. There's no way for them to message me. They can leave a comment under a pin if they want to, but most people don't. So it is one of those platforms where People just find you and follow you that way. I agree.
Today, I'm going to walk you step by step through the process that literally anyone from the very beginning can start in order to start making money with affiliate marketing on Pinterest.
Okay.
Today's going to be really good, so grab a pen and a notebook to take notes and
Okay.
let's get into it.
So in case you are listening and not watching, she just had a little animation, a picture of herself, and then on the screen it says, Money with Mickey. Make money online, manage it wisely, create a life you love. So, creating a life you love, I'm wondering if she's a Marie Forleo stan, but we'll see.
Pinterest is an exceptionally powerful tool for affiliate marketers because it works as a search engine.
Mhm.
Oftentimes, when affiliate marketers try and use platforms like Facebook or Instagram, they end up having to use ads because they're trying to cast such a very wide net to just coincidentally find someone who's interested in what they're selling. But Pinterest is similar to Google in that people are going to the platform in order to search for something specific, with usually the intent to buy.
Yes, I agree with all of this. And just a little added thing is that, at least here in the US on Pinterest, a majority of Pinterest users are women. And we know that women make a lot of buying decisions within their household. And they do go to Pinterest to do that research in large part. So 100% agree, just adding a little bit more to it.
That means your results are much more targeted on Pinterest and you can get more steady and reliable results.
Yes, as you saw, I was still getting traffic from that blog post I did 7 years ago from Pinterest. Yeah, it was a few hits this month, but it's a few hits I wouldn't have gotten if I wouldn't have made a pin 7 years ago. And if I would have shared a Facebook update 7 years ago, I doubt I'm still getting traffic from that Facebook update. So, it does continue to work in terms of driving traffic even years after you've made it sometimes.
Today in this video, we are going to cover why Pinterest is a great platform for affiliate marketers, how to find the absolutely best products to promote on Pinterest, how to optimize your Pinterest account for maximum exposure and eyes on your products, what free and easy to use app you can use to create scroll stopping pins in literally just minutes that actually convert customers. And finally, how to convert those leads using a landing page and an email autoresponder. Before we go any further, I would like to ask that if you learn anything from today's video, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. It really helps me out and it will also benefit you. You learn everything you need to know today, but there's going to be future videos digging even deeper into some of these specifics. Also, I have a free ebook on how to get started with affiliate marketing, and you can pick that up in the link in the description down below.
There's a lot of hard cuts in this video, and listen, I'm not saying I don't have cuts in my videos and I edit them myself, so I'm sure they're noticeable, but I'm wondering what she's cutting out. I'm also very curious about this Pinterest to autoresponder thing.
So first off, why Pinterest? Why is Pinterest such a great platform for affiliate marketers? As I mentioned before, Pinterest works as a search engine, and therefore you don't have to spend any money on ads, and you can still get a huge amount of reach and exposure to potential customers.
So I think Pinterest is a good place for affiliate marketers. I guess what I'm wondering is if TikTok is going to surpass it because of the way TikTok shops is structured and because of how immersive a video can be in terms of a product. Like you can manipulate the product in a video in a way that is hard to do with a still image. So I'll be curious if TikTok overtakes Pinterest, but I do agree with her. It is a good place for affiliate stuff.
Additionally, Pinterest has a huge audience. They have over 440 million active users each and every month. Also, Pinterest users have the intent to buy. 85% of weekly users have made a purchase from Pinterest pins, and 80% of Pinterest users are women. I'd like you to keep that in mind because that is going to feed into how we choose what to sell on Pinterest next and how we promote it. Additionally, not only do Pinterest users have the intent to buy, they have the means to buy. What do I mean? Over 50% of users on Pinterest have an annual income of over $100,000. And finally, Pinterest is continuing to grow. Pinterest is one of those quiet platforms, but it has continued to grow 7.5% year over year for the past few years, and it's anticipated to do so in the future. So your efforts here will have a very long shelf life. Okay, so now let's talk
I agree with all of this. Like, and she's backing it up with stats, which I appreciate. Good job, Mickey.
about how to find what products to actually promote on Pinterest. There's a lot of factors to consider when becoming an affiliate program with any product, and Pinterest is no different. How much the affiliate product pays, your interest in knowledge in the subject, as well as how much support is given by the parent company are all things that you want to consider when deciding what to sell.
It's interesting that she chooses to have captions on at certain points in this video, like she did just now. And the captions are like white text with sort of a bright blue background. And if you kind of look at her thumbnail when the video started, it doesn't really match her aesthetic. So this video editing is just interesting to me. I'm wondering if she outsourced it.
There are literally so many ways to find amazing affiliate products, but if you truly don't have any idea where to start, I would suggest an affiliate marketplace. So here we
Mhm.
are, and these are 8 of the best affiliate networks that you can promote in 2023. So if you've never heard of these before, you can check all of them out. A few of the most popular ones are Digistore24, Impact.com, and then the one that we're going to be using today, which is ClickBank. Again, don't feel limited to these, but they are a great place to start. Also, just a little plug for my brand new Itsy Bitsy Instagram account. It's by the same name, Money with Mickey. I'll leave the link down below. And if you follow me there every Monday, we are going to highlight a new profitable and highly converting affiliate program that you can consider. So one thing
Hold on. Just searched Instagram and Money with Mickey has no results. So I don't know what happened to this Instagram account.
that's really nice about these marketplaces is that you get to actually learn some additional information up front about these programs before you start just promoting them, whether they're reoccurring, how other users are rating them, and things like that. There are generally three main categories which you want to promote in, which is health, wealth, and relationships. And then I personally like to add a fourth category, which is pets. I feel like it's very underrated and people are willing to spend a lot of money on their pets these days. So I think it's one that gets overlooked a lot, but you should highly consider. Also, one other thing you want to consider when deciding is how much support any individual affiliate program gives you. And I'm going to show you an example of what I mean by that here. So let's go back over to my share screen and I'm going to show you my exact process, how to find a great and highly converting product to promote on Pinterest.
Great. She's going to share her screen. All right. I'm going to make myself disappear for a second so we can listen to her.
Account on ClickBank. It will just bring you through step by step to sign up. You're going to come over here on the left and you're going to select right here where it says affiliate marketplace. Now that it's loaded, you can see right away, right up here on the top, you can see, you can search by top offers, new offers, and then as I was mentioning earlier, you can search by different niches. So if that's how you want to do it, you can go ahead and go that way. Today, I'm going to choose something that has high audience interest, specifically on Pinterest, which is the health and fitness, and more specifically, the weight loss category. One other
Ugh.
side note, I'm choosing the weight loss, fitness, health realm because those things oftentimes go hand in hand, what customers are looking for. And on Pinterest, with your account, you really want it to be pretty niche down. But this way, it's slightly broad enough that I can choose multiple products to promote. Because at the end of the day, I personally don't want to be promoting only one product on my Pinterest. Once I have eyes coming into my boards and my account, I want to be able to retarget the same audience over and over again. So that's why I'm choosing this keto product today, because you can easily add other very similar affiliate products and it will all be cohesive on your Pinterest account.
You do not have to pick weight loss, okay, as like a category. Or you don't have to pick something just because it's popular. Because as she mentioned, like part of what you want to do is if you're going to like curate a bunch of content, it should be something that you're interested in or have an expertise in. So you're going to curate a bunch of weight loss stuff. What other kinds of content are people going to be interested in if they're interested in weight loss? Oh, they're going to be interested in maybe some inspirational stories from other people who have lost weight. They're going to be interested in the newest research about maintaining a healthy body mass. They're going to be interested in workouts. And you don't want to just curate a bunch of products together because no one's going to want to follow your account. They're going to be like, ew, this is just a series of advertisements someone put together. They're going to want to follow your account if you're like gathering these kinds of resources that people who are interested in, say, weight loss are going to want to look at. So just keep that in mind as she's talking, is that she's telling you like things that are popular, but just because something's popular does not mean it's going to make you a lot of money or that it's something that you can establish enough expertise on to build an audience with.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here in the search bar and I'm going to type in keto. Down here, I'm going to scroll down. And one thing that I like to do is filter up here by what's called gravity score, high to low down here. So we'll do that and then I'm going to explain what that means. So gravity score is how highly it's converting, how other users are rating it, and then how many other users are currently promoting that offer as well. Which I'm gonna make a side note here. You don't have to be afraid of popular products. That means that there's demand for them. And so saturation isn't really something you have to worry about right now, as long as we're doing our keyword research well, which I'm going to show you a little bit later in the video. This first offer right here is the one that I'm going to choose for our example today. It's called the Custom Keto Diet. And then it has a gravity score of 56.95. What I like over here is the average earnings per conversion, which is 184.95. You look
It's interesting because with gravity score, like, we don't know, is that on a scale of, like, 1 to 100? Without knowing, I guess, the full range, it's hard to compare. Obviously, maybe a higher number is better. But I also think what's interesting, and I kinda wanna see if this keeps being on the screen, is that you have what's called the initial conversion. So typically, companies will pay you more to sign up a new customer than they wanna pay you in a recurring way. In the case of the one she's looking at on the screen here that she scrolled down to, the initial conversion is $72, but the recurring rebill is $2.03. Now, at the beginning of this, she was like, this is going to be a sort of profitable, consistent income. But if your recurring rebill is $2.03, you're going to need to sell either a lot of that or a lot of different products to be able to make a livable wage doing this.
right down here in this light gray box, it's going to tell you some key information about the offer, whether there's upsells available, whether it's a one-time or a reoccurring, whether they being the parent company offer you affiliate tools to use in your promotions. So this is just kind of a nice visual right away that you can check out. So it's a good place to start. Okay, so once you've logged in with your ClickBank ID, this is the page it's going to bring you to, and I'm going to show you all of the resources that this company has. And why I'm showing this is because this is the sort of thing you want to look for when evaluating an affiliate offer to promote. So you can see right away here, they have a Facebook group that you can join, which is really cool. It's a perfect place to ask questions and what's working with other affiliates, ask questions directly to the company. So automatically you have this open communication line, which is wonderful. Okay, so you're going to scroll down and
Okay, but just because there's a Facebook group does not mean that company is maintaining that group or that you're going to get support when you post a question there. Okay. Facebook group is nice, but without actually clicking and going through and seeing how many posts there are a week and how responsive the company is there, it's hard to tell whether like this is actually really good or not, to be honest.
this right here is where you're going to actually generate your affiliate link. So this is really important. This is how you actually tie what you're promoting back to you so that you actually earn the money. They make it really easy right at the top. You go ahead and click generate, click bank hop links. And here you're going to put in your ClickBank account name. Let's just pretend it's 1234. And then if you are promoting multiple or like different products within the same affiliate offer, you can use a tracking ID for this. I'm not going to. And then down here, you're just going to generate hop link. This is fake. Obviously, this isn't my actual account nickname, but that's how you would do it. That's why I can't find it. But it's going to generate your hop link and then copy and paste that into a Word document and stand by with that. And I'm going to show you where we're going to put that. Okay, so back to the resource page, we're going to keep going and see what else they have here. So right away, they're going to show us their upsell flow, which is really cool. So when you first get someone into your funnel, it's going to be the digital project, which is a 7-day free trial into something that they can upgrade to $29 rebill. And then you get 45% of the reoccurring commission and so on and so forth. You can see down the line all of the possible upsells that they can have, which is really awesome. It's not just one product, right? Once we target this audience, there's a lot of potential things that we can sell to this audience.
Okay, and so what the company isn't saying here is this is their theoretical sort of if someone does everything, right? But after the initial purchase, we actually don't know how many people opt into coaching for a $29 a month digital coaching every month. So of that, you get 45%, which is $16. And we saw that the example that I pointed out with the average rebill being $2.03. So I'm guessing not most people actually don't even convert at this coaching point for a $29 a month rebill. And so even less people go into the physical product BioSlim probiotic bundle, which is the next thing up for $69, right? So if they're not going to buy something for $39, they're probably not going to buy something for 69 or $234, right? Or $147. It's weird that they put those in that order. I don't know why they didn't put 147 before 234, but okay. Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is that this is their flow, but we have no idea how this flow is actually working. So it's really hard to tell how much money you could make off this product.
So that's also a really awesome green flag. Also, you're going to want to go ahead and read through these promotional guidelines. And it is important to take the time to actually do this. I think the most important one for Pinterest that I'm going to hound on a lot is that affiliates cannot directly link to the checkout, to their page. And so I'm going to show you how we're going to build our landing page. That's pretty much standard across the board, is that they're not going to let you link directly to that company's checkout page, which is the first reason why you need a landing page. But the more important reason why you need a landing page is that you can capture these customers into your email list so you can retarget them over and over again. That's how you have an actual business of your own.
Okay, got it. So you're getting their contact information, and that's how you're able to approach them with other things. Okay, got it, got it.
And not just funneling to someone else's business, is that landing page, that in between. And we're going to show you that later in this video. Okay, customer demographics. This also tells us who's most interested in these products. And again, 80% of their customers are women. And earlier, when I told you 80% of the users on Pinterest are women, this aligns perfectly with the demographic already on the platform we're choosing to use. So it's great that it's showing us this information. It's showing up us their age range. It's showing us where in the world they buy from. This is all great information. We know they're largely English speaking, right? So these are all things we want to be considering and factoring in when we build our pins. Here they have landing pages that looks like they'll provide for you, but today I'm going to show you how to build one of your own. I think that's a really vital part of having your affiliate business. And so I'm going to show you that portion step by step today. Okay, lead magnet. So a lead magnet is something that you can deliver to a customer in order to get them to give you their name and their email address. And so they are vital. It's really nice. They already have a lead magnet for you. You don't have to create your own, although of course you can. But in this case, there'll be something like 19 free keto meals or something like that.
I'm just going to say this. I don't think this is typical to expect. Most affiliate programs will allow you to generate your own tracking links, like she showed a second ago, and they might have a way for you to contact if you need some support, right? Like whether it's a Facebook group or an email or something. But this is kind of a little bit beyond. And like she said, you can make your own lead magnets. Okay, if you're going to make a lead magnet about a keto diet, you have to know about the keto diet to do that. So she's showing this, but I don't think this is super typical, to be completely honest with you, at least with the affiliate programs I've worked with, which admittedly are more like WordPress plugins and themes and other software payment gateways and sort of more tech and online stuff. Maybe it's more typical than I think, but this is the first time I've ever seen an affiliate program provide a lead magnet.
So it's awesome. So we're already going to go ahead and download that, and I'll show you this is what it looks like. I've already downloaded it. And so that is going to be our lead magnet that we're going to use today. Wonderful that they provide that. Now, keywords. This is going to be very vital in Pinterest too, because as I was mentioning, it's a search engine. We need to use the exact words and phrases that people are searching for. So the fact that this company has already done the heavy lifting and has given you the keywords that you can use to put in your titles, tags, and descriptions is amazing.
And it's also very atypical. You will have to do most of this heavy lifting yourself.
I'm going to show you another free way that you can do a little research on Pinterest yourself, but we're also going to refer back to the spreadsheet. And this here is what the spreadsheet looks like. And they already gave you like close to 100 different keywords that you can use. Finally, email swipes. So I was mentioning this earlier, but this is vital. You're going to want these email swipes.
And as you see here on the screen, it says new for 2022 email swipes. So she recorded this 8 months ago. So I'm guessing she recorded this in 2023. But also, like that keyword research, probably, I'm guessing, was also done in 2022. And again, people might continuously search the same keywords all the time, but I think it does change. So I'm wondering how often these resources are updated.
In order to have your email autoresponder retarget the same audience once they give you your email address. And so to have the emails already written for you is amazing, especially for a beginner. And if you don't feel comfortable writing emails, you're like, how would I even do that? Don't worry, to simply get started, you can just go ahead and download their email swipes. Just a few other resources that they have just because it's so awesome.
Yeah, and this is not typical. Okay, results here, not typical.
Is little videos. And these are ones that you could repurpose to actually create pins. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a static pin or just a picture or an infographic. But video is becoming more and more popular on Pinterest. And so these are different videos that you could use.
Yeah, and as you look, if you go look at my pins, you'll notice that the video pins get a lot more views than the non-video pins because they're incentivizing that.
Abundance of supporting resources that you can use. So that's why we know that this is a really great product to promote. So now we have our product. We know it's great. We have all of our resources. It's time to hop into Pinterest. So I've already gone ahead and created an account. It's pretty explanatory. You're going to need email and password.
Okay, so her account here, it looks like it's called Keto Weight Loss and Fitness. Okay, I'm going to just write that down.
But the vital thing to know here is that you need to create a business account. You can see up here how it says business account. This is really important because it's going to give you insight into your analytics later on as you start creating pins. So it's working, so you can really target your efforts to be most effective. If we come on down here to edit profile, this is where you can go ahead and put your photo. And if you don't want it to be your face, that's the whole point of this. You can find free photos on Canva, which I'm going to show you in a minute, which is also the program that you can use to create your pins. And then down here under name, I'm going to show you how to choose the keywords for this. First off, you can go to the Excel spreadsheet that I was just showing you, or if you come here to your home page, you can type in keto, right? We know it's going to be keto, and automatically it's going to populate a bunch of words that are being highly searched right now. So keto recipes, keto diet for beginners, keto dinner recipes, so on and so forth. You can read down the list. And these are keywords that we want to target in our names, our titles of our pins, and our descriptions, as well as the actual words that we're going to use in the visuals or the infographics of the actual pins that we're going to create. So that's a free way to do it. And you can also refer back to the list of keywords given by the company.
I don't think putting keywords in a title or like putting multiple keywords in a title is as important as she's making it sound like it is. I think it is important that if someone sees your profile, they know what you're about. And so having the description and everything, I think is really important. But yeah, I don't think you have to make it sound like a robot wrote all your stuff, but I think you should sprinkle them in.
So back over here, it's also industry best practice right now in Pinterest to use those vertical lines to separate your keywords. So here I just said keto weight loss journey, keto recipes, weight loss, and self-love. If I wanted to kind of go a little bit further, I could probably do something about fitness. And then here, we're also going to want to use keywords to fill in about us, right? Now, I want to be clear. You don't want to keyword stuff, meaning you don't want to just put random keywords. You need to make it flow and sound.
I'm glad she's saying that because the name of the account looks a little keyword stuffy.
Pinterest, the company themselves, say do not keyword stuff. So don't just put random keywords in there. Write a sentence, write a story so that it makes sense. And this is also going to stand for the descriptions of our boards and our pins. And then for website, this is where you can put your landing page to whatever product you're promoting right now. And later on, when you have multiple products, you can do like your stand store and things like that, where you can do multiple links. But it's really important you want to put that there because that's going to also tell Pinterest that you're a legit company and it's a website that's your own, and that helps you rank higher in their search results. Okay, any other information that you want to put in here, you can just realize that it's going to be public. So be aware of that. Okay, and then we just save. So here we are. It looks good. We have our name. We have our little profile picture. I put a little banner up there as well. You can just edit that right here. And this all just makes it look more professional. And we obviously don't have anything here yet, and I'm going to show you how to pin things, but first we need to go and actually create the pin. So for that, we are going to come over to Canva, and this is a pin that I literally created in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like you did.
I'm going to show you how I did that and do it on like double speed. So, but in the meantime,
this video is super cut up. Oh my God.
just understand that things that have numbers in them perform really well, and things that have very easy to read bold font, right? You want it to be easy at a glance, and that's how you're going to get someone to stop scrolling and actually click on your pin. Here we are in Canva. Like I said, there is a completely free version of Canva, and you can use that for your pins. I happen to have the pro version because for my other digital Etsy store, I use Canva all the time, and I need the pro version, but the free version works great for pins. So what you're going to do is come in here and type in Pinterest. Here we are in Canva, and we're going to go over to create design, and we're going to type in pins, and you can see all the different templates ready to go for you. But the one we want is a Pinterest pin. You can do 1000 by 1500 or 1080 by 1920. You can play around with them and see which one you like. I guess more rectangular or wider one, but you can play around and see which ones convert better for you. Once it populates, you can see they have beautiful templates right here. This is one I used earlier. I'm going to show you how easy it was to do. So change this to 19. For this background image, we can just come over here to elements and type in healthy meal and go down to photos, see all. And this is the photo I chose earlier. Literally going to drag and drop. I want to just personally zoom in a little bit and boom. Pretty quick and easy. You saw how easy that was, how simple that was. And as you go to create multiple pins, especially for the same offer, I would like to note that it is very important that every pin has significantly different either photos or verbiage. So if you do things that are too similar, the photos are too similar, the words are too similar, Pinterest is going to see that as spam and limit the reach of your account or potentially even suspend it. So obviously stay away from that. Either change up the verbiage, change up the font, change up the photos, everything like that. But
Imagine that. A website wants unique content.
you saw how easy that
Shocker.
was. You can just churn and burn so many of these very quickly.
Yes, churn and burn, exactly how I like to think of my work.
I wanted to make one other side note. If you feel like you need more photos to use than what's available on Pinterest, you can go to this website called Pexels. They have free stock photography that you can use and download there. So if you feel like you need more variety, you can check this out. Free. I also really like to use Creative Fabrica. This is paid though, so you can start with the free ones. But again, if you feel like you need more options, and this comes with so many different graphics, I use this across all my different businesses, you can use Creative Fabrica as well.
I've never heard of Creative Fabrica. I learned something today.
So just another resource to choose from. Now we have our graphic ready to go. We have our hop link ready to go. We are going to create our first pin. So we're going to go up here to create, and we're going to hit create pin. Also, just a side note, because you can see it here, it says create idea pin. I want everyone to understand that there's a huge change coming to Pinterest and they're getting rid of their idea pins. There used to be 3 different types of pins. I'm not going to get into that now because it doesn't matter, because it's going to only be one type of pin. So don't worry about learning the difference. That is brand new change just rolling out. It's going to be hitting different accounts over the next month or so.
Okay, fair enough. So a pin could either be a video or a photo. It's just not called an idea pin anymore. Okay, got it.
So just go ahead to create pin. Okay, so now you're up and running on Pinterest. You have a business account, your boards are set up. And let me know also down in the comments if you want me to do a more specific optimization video. Otherwise, this video is gonna be like 5 hours long about like how many boards are optimal, how different your board should be in order to stay cohesive. So let me know if that's
I don't know. I think that's a level of detail that you don't need to worry about as a beginner. But I think her saying, like, you should aim for 10 boards and you should aim to have 10 pins to start off with and try to add a new one every day to each board. I think her saying something like that would take all of 30 seconds.
going to be beneficial or not. I only want to make videos on things that are going to help you guys. We need to create a landing page. So I just want to say, in order to actually have an affiliate marketing business, you need a landing page, sometimes called a squeeze page, and an email autoresponder. The most popular recommendations for those is ClickFunnels and Aweber. But the problem with these is that ClickFunnels is only a landing page and it's pretty wildly expensive, and Aweber is the email autoresponder. So ClickFunnels alone is going to run you $127 a month.
I'm so glad she's saying this is overpriced. Thank you, Mickey.
Which for me starting out, that's just not something I could swing. So I'm going to show you guys 2 other options that are like significantly cheaper. I think once your business is quite large, this is a wonderful option for you. And that's why everyone.
No, you don't need to say it's a wonderful option because it isn't. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about landing pages. Essentially, what a landing page is just a website that has like no navigation and it has like a singular agenda, which is typically to sell you something. It might have customer testimonials on it, it might have some text information, some photos, but it has a singular mission and it typically brings it up multiple times throughout the page as you're scrolling down it, right? That's what a landing page does. And it basically brings you to a form. And sometimes that form just collects information, sometimes it collects a payment, but you fill out the form and ta-da, you're done, right? Now, ClickFunnels charges $150 a month, basically for a page you put information on in a form. But I want to give you 2 potential alternatives that will cost you less than 1/10 of that for the whole year to have the same exact functionality. Okay. Number one is you can use a third-party form building software that is not ClickFunnels. So I just found an example online called JotForm. It looks like for $34 a month billed annually, you can have 25 forms with up to 1,000 monthly submissions. And I think these forms can do a fair bit of stuff. But if you wanted to switch to monthly pricing, it would be $39 a month if you just wanted to try it for like a month. They also have a free tier where you can make 5 forms. So you can start with a free tier and see if you like it first. And I think if you do want to do like e-commerce or something, though, you do have to go up to that second tier, right? If you have to take a credit card payment or something from somebody. But $39 a month is an awful lot cheaper than $150 a month. Now, you're going to be limited by JotForm, just like you're limited with ClickFunnels, because you have to build the form in their software. Let's say you wanted to make the form look exactly how you wanted to be able to really dig into that. What I would do instead is I would get a web hosting account. Okay. So just go and like my friends at Svaha, they charge $150 a year and they give you 7 gigs of space. So you can buy a domain name for 15 bucks or something and add it to your web hosting that you just bought for 150 bucks for the year. So once you have web hosting, when you want to make a website, you can just install website software. So I'm looking at the software installer in my cPanel. And if you don't want to use WordPress, you don't have to. You can use, I'm seeing back here, Joomla, Concrete CMS, ModX, E107, Drupal, CMS Made Simple, PHP Infusion. And then I even have these basic site builders like SitePad Website Builder that are just already back here. But I'm seeing literally about 50 CMSs that are back here that I could install and use to build a website. For 150 bucks a year, I can just make individual websites. I can make them look how I want. I can add forms to them, and I'm done. I know ClickFunnels packages everything together, but if you're going to make regular websites, I think this is a skill that's worth developing for you because you're going to save literally over $1,000 a year if you're willing to just learn this thing that I can honestly probably show you in like 2 hours. I can show you exactly how to do this yourself, and you can make infinite landing pages. So if you see yourself doing this, rather than paying Russell Brunson 150 bucks a month, you could learn a skill and you can make these things not only look the way you want, but do what you want them to do for a fraction of what he's charging. But if you want to just use a builder, and I get it, like sometimes you don't feel like learning something or you don't have the bandwidth to do it. I totally get it. Just look at form building software that's out there. There's so much stuff that's cheaper than ClickFunnels. And if you wanted to integrate with, say, a MailChimp or a Constant Contact or whatever you're using to build your email list, they typically have integrations built in for a fraction of the price. I just want to tell you that you have an alternative to ClickFunnels because I thought she was going to say no to ClickFunnels, but then she was like, well, when you get big enough, it's great. I don't think it's great. If you want a more specific video about why I don't think it's great, but I think my summary is that it is expensive for what it is, and you can have the same functionality and do it infinitely cheaper.
One recommends it. But for me, I just couldn't swing that just starting out, and you might be in the same boat. So I want to show you a different company that might be a better option for you.
Great.
There are two companies that I use. I use them both for different products and things like that. The first one is called System.io, and the second one is called Flowdesk. And literally, no one in the affiliate marketing world talks about Flowdesk, and I don't know why because I absolutely love it.
I think ClickFunnels pays a pretty ridiculous commission. I think that's why we hear about it more than we do other software.
But I'm just going to show you the pricing for these so you guys can factor that in as I show you guys. So Flowdesk is $35 a month if you bill it annually, or $38 if you do it month by month. But if you use my discount code down below, you get 50% off of that. So $19 a month to use Flowdesk, which is your squeeze page and your email autoresponder. I personally haven't found anything cheaper. That's both the landing page and the email autoresponder in one. If you find something, go for it. But I love this. It's the cheapest option, and it's also so beautiful and user friendly, more user friendly than the other more expensive options I've shown you. So anyway, just something.
Great. I appreciate her saying this. I hadn't thought about the autoresponder part of it, but when you have a form that submits, you typically have the option of, okay, what do you want? After people submit the form, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to see a pop up message? Do you want them to redirect to a page? And sometimes you can have it send an email, and it depends on the software. So I could see her recommending this. I guess I wish she would say, and maybe she says in the description, that this is going to be an affiliate link for this discount that she's offering you. So she does get a kickback from it. But it's clear that she likes the software and thinks it's good. And I do think that, again, $38 a month is not terrible. It's way better than 150. I will give her that. And I haven't actually checked out the software before. I do like the interface. It does look nice. Good job, Mickey. You're teaching me some stuff today.
Something to consider. Then the other one that I also use is called System.io. And their plan is $27 a month. And if you do it annually, you get 30% off. I don't have a code or anything for this company, but I do use them and I like them. I use System.io for some of my other digital products, but I like to use Flowdesk specifically for Pinterest because Pinterest is in the kind of an aesthetics driven platform. And this just like seems to match that so well. It's clean, but still visual. It has at least some graphics, whereas a lot of the other more traditional affiliate marketing autoresponders and landing pages are just really basic in text and kind of cold. And so you can find success with that using other traffic driving platforms. But for Pinterest, I like to use Flowdesk. Once you're in Flowdesk, your landing page in Flowdesk is actually called a form. So you're going to come here.
Yeah, that's essentially what you're doing is it's a link to a form. And yeah, that form might have some information on it, but it's still a form. And if you installed your own website building software, you could make this form look exactly how you wanted it to. You will not be limited by templates or whatever. As you get, I guess, more specific about what you want, sometimes it does make sense to learn how to build it yourself. So,
to forms. Everywhere else is called a landing page or a squeeze page, but on Flowdesk, they call it a form. And you're going to create new form. And here they have really beautiful examples, and you can just plug and play with any of these. And that's what I've done in order to create this beautiful looking landing page right here. I literally just plugged and played. I got that photo free from Canva, and I just put in.
she's got a typing error there. First of all, I think weight loss is two separate words, but then the word fitness only has one S.
Matching title to what our pin said. And then I asked for their first name and their email address. And so that is how you, again, collect that email to have an actual business and create a business out of this and not just kind of a one time thing.
If you want to sort of avoid these kind of grammatical or spelling errors as you're navigating the internet, as you see, she's in Google Chrome. There is a Grammarly extension that's free that you can install in Google Chrome. And so if you're typing something like you're in a web browser somewhere, like you're in your email at gmail.com and you're responding to an email, it will actually correct your grammar. I think that it is worth having that to catch these kind of easy errors if you can. Also, it helps to have someone else look at stuff after you drafted it. That's a policy we have within our company is if we draft something that someone else takes a look at it. So by the time the client sees it or it goes out onto the internet, at least two people have looked at something. So
if you go down here to get free recipes, down here on this button, now we have our beautiful landing page. It literally took me 5 seconds.
yeah, I don't know why whoever edited this didn't skip the part where she goes to show you how to format the button because it looked like she was starting to show us how you could change like the button size or the button orientation or the button font, but then it just cut off. This feels really kind of choppy.
And to create, I just put in my words, my picture, made it all match and look nice. That's why I love Flowdesk too. This took me like a tenth of the time as like ClickFunnels or even System.io. And you can see what it's going to look like on phone, and you can see what's going to look like on desktop.
I know they preview it on your phone and it shows you what it should look like, but actually test it on a phone and ideally test it on a couple of phones. So I have an iPhone and then we also have a company Samsung that we use for testing. I think it's important to actually look at it on a mobile device, not just what the preview shows you, just to make sure it actually is looking okay.
And then, okay, so once we have the landing page exactly how we want it, we are going to go to next. And then you can select double opt-in here. This is actually, I'm pretty sure it's a legal requirement in the EU. Double check that. So, I mean, a lot of Pinterest users are from the US, but if you just want to be safe, I like to be safe, you can do the double opt-in. And then
what a double opt-in is that the person is going to receive an email saying, hey, like we see that you subscribe to updates from keto, whatever, and you have to click confirm before you're actually added to the list. So like it sends you an email to sort of check.
And you can choose to get an email or not. And then finally, this is really important. This is where you redirect to a URL. And this is where we put that hop link that the parent company gave us. Once they go to the pin, they come to our landing page. From our landing page, they go to the follow-on webpage of the parent company. And we go ahead and press continue. And now this gives us URL that we're going to put into our pin. So again, be sure to copy this so that you have it when we go to create our pin. Now that we've created our landing page, we need to go ahead and do the email autoresponder portion that comes after that. So that's called a workflow here in Flowdesk, and you go to new workflow. And again, just like the other one, you can go ahead and choose
I feel like making a little diagram of how this works and then showing the detail of it would be helpful, but that's just my opinion.
From some beautiful pre-existing.
I think otherwise people are like, "Well, wait a minute, like, what am I doing with the Flowdesk link, blah, blah, blah." But if they saw the sort of overall picture of, we're gonna put the pin here, they're gonna fill out this form, which is gonna add them to the list, and at the same time, they're gonna be redirected to where they get the product. I think right now, when people are taking in this kind of information, right? So in your mind, you're like, "Okay, there's a Flowdesk link. Okay, there's an affiliate link. Okay, I made a pin. Okay, I made a form." It's like people are trying to sort of keep all these things in their brain and they don't necessarily know how it all fits together. So I think sometimes showing a graphic with some arrows about like, okay, this is how it's going to work. And we're going to put these different things as you're showing the details of setting up the form or whatever, people are seeing where it fits into the overall process. So that would be my critique with this. I appreciate that she's going through this step by step, but I feel like a sort of zoom back and showing how this works generally first and then going specifically into it, I think would help orient people.
Templates. So I've already created one just to help us save time. So in this new workflow, it's going to be initiated when someone opts into that landing page that we're going to put in our pin, which I just titled here Keto Example, which is done on segment. So if you want a Flowdesk tutorial, please let me know. I'll do a whole other video on that. Okay, so then automatically, immediately when someone puts their email in, simultaneously as they're going on to the parent company's website, they're going to get an email with a freebie. And so this is what that email looks like for me. I just went ahead and uploaded another little photo to match the one from earlier. And right here under click download is where you're going to actually load that lead magnet that we talked about. So if you come here to link, I put mine in a Google Drive and then put that Google Drive link here. I did that because almost every single email autoresponder that I've come across has a pretty small file size limit to actually be attached. So it's just easier if you have a Google Drive that you can just upload your lead magnet there.
Okay, I get what's happening now. So she downloaded the free lead magnet from the affiliate website and then uploaded it to Google Drive. And then she probably had to get the share link from Google Drive. She's kind of glossing over that part. I understand that she's trying to figure out in what level of detail she should show us this, but she is calling this a masterclass in a step-by-step tutorial. And this is 2 steps that we didn't see. She got the PDF for free from the affiliate program, but she had to put the PDF somewhere because you can't just attach PDFs or images to emails that you're commercially sending. It's one thing if you want to like attach a picture of like your dog to send to your mom or something via email, but commercially emails that are sent with attachments, that's typically like something a spammer would do. So your email is probably going to filter that or flag it. So if you do have a PDF you want to send or something, this is how you have to do it. So I wish she would have, again, a flow little diagram would illustrate when this happened. I get that she is trying to save time here, but it's a little bit confusing. I don't think it's necessarily confusing because I do this all day, but like I feel like someone seeing this for the first time, it might be confusing.
Boom, they get it downloaded easy. But so I just wanted to point that out. It's really important to put the link to your lead magnet, or you scroll down here, you can actually attach the file itself if your file is not.
Don't attach the file. The people who are getting that email probably are going to have it flagged as spam or something.
Too big. Okay, so we're finished with that portion of the workflow. These are the steps, and that's why I love Flowdesk. It just really makes sense in my mind. So they first come to that landing page, which is from the pin on Pinterest. Then that page redirects them to the parent company's page to hopefully help them get upsold where we actually make the money. But in the meantime, to their email is delivered our freebie. Now is when the email autoresponder portion comes in and we get to follow up with the customer. And so earlier when I was telling you it's really important for them to have email swipe files, this is where it comes in. So what I love about this is we get to add into a segment into our workflow, and we're going to choose time delay. and I already have it down here because I was prepping this, but you can choose any amount of time to wait before you send a reminder email to your customer. So I chose to wait 1 day. I'm going to send them an email every day for the next 4 days. Then I'm going to wait 5 days and send another. Or you can choose any amount of time in between those emails that you would like, but this is how you follow up, right? I forget exactly.
Okay, this is kind of cool actually. And I would pay $39 a month for something that made it this easy, I guess, but I would not pay $150 a month.
The number of touch points that is the average before someone buys, but I think it's like, 6 or
This is kind of genius. I like that she's collecting their contact information. I think that makes a lot of sense. In particular, if you are trying to be an expert in something, obviously, like if you have a keto recipe book, maybe these same people would buy some kind of weight loss supplement or they would buy a high protein shake or something like that. So you have other things to sell them. So it makes sense that you would have their contact information to have the opportunity to do that. Mickey, I think this is actually really smart. I just don't know. You promised at the beginning that we were going to make a fair bit of money doing this, and I just don't see where that's happening yet.
8 or something like that. It's a lot. So that's why we're going to keep touching base with the customer. Okay, so we're going to wait 1 day, and then this is called send an email. Now I just primed this email. I went to edit. I just chose from one of those super easy plug and play emails again. I uploaded a free photo from Canva. And where
Ugh.
did I get the verbiage? You, of course, can write it yourself, but I got mine from those email swipe files that I told you were important to download earlier.
Okay, and this particular thing, the fact that it has email swipe files, the fact that it has keywords, the fact that it has a free lead magnet that they can download, this is not typical of affiliate marketing stuff that I've seen.
These are the email swipe files that I mentioned earlier that came as part of being an affiliate for this program. And if we just scroll down, you can see here they have subject line, they have the body of the email, everything like that. So I literally just copied this from the first one and put it into there. So right, pretend I was copying it. And then I pasted it in here. In Flowdesk, if you want to have their first name that they put into the form, you hit this at symbol and then you can personalize using first name. And then if they didn't put a first name, you can just choose to put like friend or something like that. So I just like the way it looks, easy. And then the other important
This is called a merge tag if you're using any other software. So you can have merge tags that automatically fill in things like, for example, if you wanted to send an automated email every time you post a new blog, you could use a merge tag to automatically pull the title of the blog post and to automatically pull the first, I don't know, 150 characters in the blog content or something to automatically pull the blog image. So you can use merge tags for a lot of things besides first name, but that's essentially what that is, and that's why it's in brackets.
thing is I've already done it in here, but anywhere in here that says go here or click here or whatever, anything that makes sense, you need to put the hop link that you got from the parent company. And you can just do that by highlighting it and then pressing link. And this is where you put your hop link. So anywhere in the email, you need to replace those with your hop link so that you get credit for sending the person.
You see how it had the word weight loss? She put it as one word and it was underlined in her program. So it seems like it's trying to tell her that there's a spelling error in her template, but
So same, grab it now, put the hop link, so on and so forth. And then also down here in the
also quiz has only one Z in it. So I don't know why she has quiz with two Z's, but
button, start the quiz now. Over here, the link is on the right side over here, same hop link. Be sure to go and put your hop link. That's like the most important part of this step. We're finished with that email. That email is going to send, 1 day after the original. And then we're going to wait a day and we're going to do it again. Here I've prepped the second email ready to go. And then you would keep going, so on and so forth, till you ran out of those email swipe files, or you could continue to write your own after that. But this is how we actually get someone to buy, is we continue to remind them why this is so great. And as you can see, I just love the way that these emails look in Flowdesk. They're cute. They're fun to actually open. They're engaging, but they're not busy to the point where we are not giving the customer the one next step that they can take. So again, just a reminder here, anything in blue is where I've switched out my hop link so that I'm getting credit for it and, sends them directly to the next step. Our landing page and our email autoresponder are all set up and we are ready to create our first pin. So we're going to go down here into create pin. And here on the left is where we're going to upload the pin that we created earlier in Canva. In here, I've typed in things that are going to match what our visual is saying so that it's coherent for the customer, also using our keywords. And then
Also, she typed in here loose weight, Loose. It should be LOSE weight.
and same within the description. I'm trying to make it sound natural, not keyword stuff, but get some of those more of those keywords in there so that ranks high on optimization. And then here in the destination link is where we're going to put our Flowdesk link or your System.io link or your ClickBank link, your landing page link, not your hop link, right? We want to be the middleman between the pin and the final destination where they're going to purchase something. First off, so we don't get banned from Pinterest. And second off, so we can capture that email and actually have a business, right? So this is where we're going to put the link to our landing page. Now we're going to go ahead and press publish. I already created a board, but if you didn't have a board already created, you could go down here to create board, and we would call it something like keto recipes for weight loss for beginners, something like that. And then we're going to go ahead and publish, and we can go ahead and see our pin if we want. Looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. And then one thing you want to do is go back to your profile, scroll down here to your board, and you're going to want to edit it because it's very important to add a description to your board. This is going to help with SEO. And then you're also going to want to add up here a board cover. So again, choose just maybe a free image from somewhere. And then down here, we can just type in something that makes sense for keywords.
Yeah, because something on Pinterest is someone can follow your whole account, but someone can also just follow your board. So like the example I said about like my roller derby outfits where a bunch of creepy guys were just following that board. They weren't following my whole account. They were just following that board. So by having a description for your Pinterest board, someone could elect to just follow that category of content you were saving. So
I've just written something that sounds normal. It's not just keyword stuffing again, but kind of getting keto snacks in there, keto dinners, keto breakfast, keto.
In these two sentences, there's loose weight and losing weight, right? There's extra O's in those two, and then there's a missing comma. So I see 3 errors in 2 sentences. And here's the thing, I get it. I used to be a copy editor, and I'm sure I'm just sounding like a piggy bitch right now, and I am. But when I see these errors in content from businesses, I either think that the business doesn't care or that they don't know what they're talking about. And I get that not everyone, again, was a copy editor like I was, but if you know that you are prone to making these kind of errors, there are tools at your disposal, some paid, some free, like the Grammarly Chrome extension, again, would be catching this right now if it was enabled and installed. You can also hire somebody to look over your content before it gets posted. And like I said, within our company, at least 2 people have looked at everything before it goes out. So I'm not saying we have never any spelling errors. I'm just saying that they are few and far between because we do have these systems in place. Ugh, anyway.
Recipes for losing weight. These were all keywords that we either got from that Excel spreadsheet given to us by the parent company or when we were doing our keyword research on the Pinterest homepage. Now we're good to go with that board. The board is good, the pin is good, and we are set up.
Okay, we made it. We're
Is it me or did her sound quality just change?
all the way through. So I just want to say, if you guys are still a little bit lost, I know it can get a little bit technical. I want to show you the training that I took, which is everything that I learned on how to properly do affiliate marketing in an actually profitable way. The course is called the 15-Day Business Builder Challenge. It costs $7 and it's 15 days. They walk you through it each and every day. It took me about 1 hour each day, and I learned so much value.
The editing is so choppy.
This course is probably the best $7 I've ever spent. Yes, you can learn a lot from YouTube. I tried doing that at the beginning too, and it was great to get started. Hopefully this video has been a help to you, but if you need something a little bit extra to help you get going and launch your affiliate marketing business, I would definitely check out this training. If you're interested in the 15-Day Business Builder Challenge, go ahead and click the link down in my description. It's going to first take you to
It's an affiliate link, I'm sure.
the page where you can get my free ebook on how to get started with affiliate marketing. And then it's going to go on and take you to that 15-Day Business Builder
It's so choppy.
Challenge. I hope that today's video was of value to you and really helped you get started with your affiliate marketing business on Pinterest. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Okay, so I feel like in the beginning, she promised us some income, but she didn't tell us how much she was making. Let's watch the beginning again, just to double check that.
Welcome to the Money with Mickey YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about creating a steady and significant income stream, pairing the power of Pinterest with affiliate marketing.
Hey guys, editing Nicole. And I realized after this that the thumbnail actually says $150 a day. So there was a promise. Okay, steady and significant income stream. But what does that mean? I don't think Mickey is a bad person, and I actually don't think this information is bad, but I think promising a steady and significant income without giving us an idea of what the numbers were or the amount of pins we would have to make or the amount of products we should be affiliating. I feel like this was a tutorial versus a masterclass. Like it's the start of thinking about, do I want to run this kind of business? But I feel like we need a little bit more scaffolding to call it a masterclass. Hey guys, editing Nicole. So I made this real quick. I understand that it could be both better looking and have better written content, but I think having something like this while you're going through the course with her would make it less confusing as to thinking of what link do I put where and what's the order of operations. Again, I made this in 5 minutes. And I think she could have included something like this and it would have been really helpful. And maybe some best practices and how long we can expect in terms of how long it can take to make this steady and significant income. And I get that she doesn't want to make promises, but her saying that at the beginning is kind of setting us up for a promise of some kind. Does that make sense? For example, we're making Pinterest, like how many different boards should we have? What's a general mixture of our content versus other people's content that we should have? So maybe we say, okay, maybe you should have 10 boards to start with. Maybe you should have at least 10 pins per board. And 5 of those should be your stuff, and 5 of those should be other people's stuff. And then every day you should try to pin one new thing to each board of your stuff and one new thing of someone else's stuff. And then once a week, you should go and find 20 new people to follow on Pinterest that seem like they're interested in what you're doing so that they might follow you back. Just like some like little checklists like that. And then also what can we expect in terms of how many products should we be affiliating for? How long should it take us to be able to start seeing returns? How do we know that a product just isn't going well and we have to make a switch? But I do think Mickey knows what she's talking about and she has good information. And if you want to buy that course for $7, I'm not mad about it, but I also don't think you can necessarily make a steady and significant income without multiple hours of work a day and without it building over time. And I don't know how much that income would be because if you looked at some of the examples, it was like, oh, a new customer, you get $70 and then you get $2 a month on average. I don't know. It seems like you would have to affiliate an awful lot of products or sell them to an awful lot of people to be able to make a significant income from that kind of thing. Now, full disclosure, I actually don't make a lot of money on affiliate marketing myself. I feel like the amount of money that I make, I could probably take everyone in the company out to a nice-ish dinner. Not like super nice, but better than fast casual in terms of the amount of money I make. But if you want to follow somebody who does, I think, make more money affiliate marketing than I do, someone like Danielle Ryan, I did a live stream with her about a month ago. She affiliates other products and then also has her own products. So she's built an audience of people who are open to buying those kind of things from her. Whereas I have spent most of our time, I guess, doing work for clients on marketing specifically. So we've just built our audiences and our incomes differently. It's not, good or bad. But I thought we could end today's broadcast with a little bit of math because what I want to know is how much would I have to sell to make a significant amount of income on Pinterest and how possible is that? So we have 258.3 million Americans who are adults. Obviously, some of those adults are not buying things online but there are some teenagers who are probably buying stuff online, so it probably comes out in the wash a little bit. But how much are they spending? Because that's part of it too. How much are they spending online? So apparently the average person spent $5,381 online in 2023. That turns into like $448 a month, just in case you were curious. And the other side of the coin, besides like, okay, what's the potential buying power, is like, how much are we making in commission? And so that's where affiliate marketing really varies. If you look at Amazon affiliates, there are some products where you're making less than 2% commission. And if you look at kind of some of these high-end courses, a $10,000 seminar or something, the commission rate is going to be higher for those, obviously, because they're making more money and those things are harder to sell. So what I decided to do was just take this and go right down the median, which is 17.5%. Okay. And in terms of significant income, I'm just going to call significant income $100,000. And I know if you're watching this, you might say, well, that doesn't seem significant to me. But if the average American is making between 40 and 45,000, that would essentially double their salary, which I think would be significant to a lot of people. So we're just going to call it that, but I understand that your number might be different. So to make $100,000 in revenue per year, I would have to sell $600,000 worth of product. $600,000 times 17.5% is 105,000. So like a little over. Okay. Even if we could reach every American with our Pinterest marketing, are all of them going to click through to our pins and sign into our free offer and then pay for something? If we look at conversion rates of shopping carts, they typically are between like 1% and 3%. So you're going to have to drive hundreds of thousands of views and traffic to even convert some of those people into some paid offer. And making $600,000 in sales is what you're going to have to do to make 100,000-ish dollars of income. And once you do it one year, you're going to have to do it the next year and the next year. And obviously, you're probably going to want your income to go up. So you're going to probably have to sell more. So I'm just pointing out that unless you already have a very large audience, or unless you've been doing this for a while and building it up, it would be hard for you to make a significant amount of income on Pinterest with affiliate marketing. I'm not saying you can't make any money. I'm just saying that the word significant to me really stands out as something that feels like something of a false promise. If you want to make a few $100 a month or something doing it, I think that is possible. But you need to enter it knowing that you're going to have to create all these pins. You're going to have to sign up for these affiliate programs. You're going to have to write up content for email newsletters or whatever. It's not no work. This is hours of work every day that you're going to be doing. And obviously at a certain point, you can be on autopilot a little bit because Pinterest will continue to drive traffic even months or years after you've made those pins, but it is not an insignificant amount of work that you're doing. And like I said, even making a significant amount of money, I think would be quite difficult until you built up an audience, until you built up a certain amount of content, until you built up a certain reputation, until you negotiated some great affiliate deals where you're getting a high percentage, assuming you're working with really great products that have a consistent amount of quality and that people consistently want. A lot of it is out of your control, is I guess what I'm trying to point out here. Sorry for the bummer math, but that's what I'm here for, to be your internet wet blanket. Seriously, I'm not a dumb person. If I could have made a lot of money doing this stuff, I would have done it by now. I'm not trying to be a hater. Like I said, I think Mickey seems like a nice person and knowledgeable. I just don't know if we can promise a significant amount of money. I don't think that is a realistic promise. I love Pinterest. It's one of my favorite platforms to use personally. I think it's a great driver of traffic. I think it is something that continues to work after you do it. And I think it is worth, if in particular you have kind of an e-commerce brand or some kind of lifestyle brand, I think it's worth you being there. If you want to make some affiliate marketing on Pinterest, go ahead. I just want you to enter it with your eyes open because I think you deserve the truth from somebody who's been doing this a really long time. Admittedly, like I said, I haven't tried to make this my full-time income, but it's because of the math I showed you showing how difficult it would be to make it my full-time income. There's a reason that a lot of people, even content creators or people who are influencers or people who do affiliates on a more significant level than I do, there's a reason that they supplement their income other ways. There's a reason that they do sponsored posts. There's a reason that they have their own products and things like that. It's because affiliate marketing for most people doesn't pay all the bills, and it's difficult to pretend that it's going to. So anyway, thanks so much for watching my bummer video. If you have a guru or a video or something you want me to react to, you can leave it as a comment on this video, or If you're more shy, you can use the contact form of our website, breakingeveninc.com/contact. That goes right to me where I can see it. If you want to lightly keep in touch, we have a monthly email newsletter. If you go to breakingeveninc.com/newsletter, you can see some samples of past newsletters before you sign up, and the form is right on that page. And share this video or any of my other videos with a friend and help me get the word out about this channel, because we're a small business marketing company, but we produce tutorial content and this sort of commentary content, and sometimes the algorithm doesn't know what we're doing. So having a real person say, hey, this is what this person's doing, check it out, means a lot to channel growth. So thanks for considering doing that. So thanks again for your time. And remember, you've got a friend in the marketing industry who's not afraid to point out things that are and aren't going to work and be really realistic in terms of what you can expect. So thanks again. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.